Hi, I am Savia Thakuri. Today I'll be talking about case study The Disgruntled Customer. A complaint is a chance that may end in the client having a better impression of your company after the issues has been solved. The ability to evaluate and react to customers' complaint effectively is critical to making this happen. In this case of disgruntled customer also, Susan has multiple complaints to Brenda's company. We'll further talk about how Brenda should handle this complaint. Firstly, Brenda should react quickly by calling Susan right away to address her issues. It is critical to demonstrate empathy and comprehend Susan's annoyance. It will show the commitment to resolving the problem by reacting quickly. Then Brenda needs to apologize for the disruption induced and accept responsibility for the issues Susan encountered. It is critical to admit the problems and reassure Susan that her issues are legitimate and will be solved. Afterward, Brenda should examine every complaint individually to determine the underlying causes. This could entail working with the multiple divisions within the organization, like technical support, transport, and training. Collecting every relevant data will aid in the provision of precise remedies. Brenda now must offer suitable remedies for Susan soon after she finds the root causes of the issues. This might entail setting up a technician to service the copier, resending the missing toner, and rescheduling the training session as stated earlier. Brenda could also send a sorry gift and handwritten note for all the inconvenience that Brenda's company has caused to Susan. This time, Brenda cannot miss the follow up like she did before, which caused all these issues. She must follow up with Susan after carrying out the solution to guarantee that her problems has been settled to her fulfillment. In this way, Brenda's devotion to satisfying consumer is demonstrated and trust will be more likely to build. Now, what could Brenda have done differently to prevent what happened? To avoid all this situation, Brenda must have contacted Susan after the first transaction to make sure that copier was working properly and make sure the timeline of the training session was confirmed. Also, Brenda must have documented every commitment she made involving delivery of toner and offering of training. The paperwork would have assisted her in keeping track of promises and ensuring they were met. Further, Brenda must have given Susan particular guidance on what kind of paper to use to avoid paper jams. It might have been accomplished over the initial setup or with the subsequent interaction. Lastly, Brenda should have kept in touch with Susan on a daily basis to inquire about any issues and inquiries she might have had. She would have been able to solve this problem earlier than they got worse if she had done so. Moving on to the measures that Brenda can take to improve her open two-way communication with Susan. This might include Brenda making it a routine to contact Susan on a regular basis to guarantee the whole thing is proceeding effortlessly and to tackle the possible problems. This will also show Susan that the company actually cares. Also, Brenda must employ active listening when interacting with Susan by completely concentrating on what Susan is stating, recognizing her issues, and asking queries to clarification. This demonstrates Brenda's appreciation for Susan's input and her desire to successfully meet Susan's requirements. Brenda must explicitly state the business promises like offering training or extra goods and establish reasonable time frames and process expectations. This assists in managing client expectations and preventing miscommunication. Lastly, not only with Susan, Brenda can motivate Susan and other consumers to offer comments about their overall experience by implementing mechanism for feedback like surveys about client satisfaction or suggestion box. This enables Brenda to enhance the good and services that businesses provide by allowing for open interaction. Moving on, if Brenda is able to keep Susan as a customer, she can add value to her relationship with Susan's firm by providing Susan's company with the extra training and or support to make sure they optimize the copier's abilities. It might include advanced training on particular function as well as continuous support anytime they run into problems. Also, maintain and inspect the copier on a regular basis to avoid the future problem. Further, Benda's company should keep Susan up to date on new development or enhancement in copier technology advances that can help her company. This might include informing them regarding new functions, faster speeds, or cost saving alternatives that are relevant to their requirements. Also, to demonstrate gratitude for Susan's continued business and to encourage commitment, Brenda can provide customized offers or reduction on upcoming orders. Another thing Brenda can do is maintain frequent communication with Susan to build an intimate connection. It can be done by sending relevant business articles or suggestions as well as inviting her to relevant events or webcasts. Lastly, get Susan's feedback on her overall encounter with Copier and Brenda's services. This input could assist detect fails for enhancement and improve the two businesses' association. Hence, in this way, Brenda can handle and avoid complaints, maintain two-way communication, and build relationships. These are the differences I use while answering the question of this case study. Thank you for your time and listening.